What is going on, guys? It's been a minute. Lots of things have happened in the last couple of months that I really did not expect to happen. One, the Dodge got totaled. And then two, been working on the John boat. No progress made there. What else is new? Going through a lot of training at my job. The whole month of November was just like absolutely crazy. December, even more so. Happy New Year, first video of 2025. Definitely something that I want to keep consistent on, maybe hopefully like a video a month, maybe every 2 weeks. I want to keep it consistent for you guys. This is kind of an off-topic video than what we typically do here on the channel. I know we've done like haunted houses, and then when I bought my Dodge, what would have been the complete restoration series of the Skeeter, which I ended up selling that. She's gone. She's going to be a nice little pond boat up in Gallatin for this psychology dude who paid me $600 for it because he was like, dude, the transom's rotted and it's going in a pond. I'll give you $600 for it. I said, get it out of my yard. This video is actually a little bit of a review. After the Dodge got totaled, we are now in a 2022 Toyota Tacoma SR. Base model, I bought it from Enterprise. However, it came with 54,000 miles. And then, if I remember correctly, the sales guy showed me like the data log of who all rented this specific vehicle. And it was literally people coming in for business, and nobody that was like out running it into the ground or anything like that. It always came back clean. It always came back passed. I know sales guys can be a little bit like, oh, I'll tell you this to get you the sale. This guy was pretty good. Could tell he was new. He's not good at lying. I picked up on that pretty quick. He's pretty new on the sales portion of things. So we're gonna go in a little bit in depth as to if you're looking at possibly buying a Toyota Tacoma. This isn't the TRD, TRD Sport, TRD Pro. This isn't anything like that. This is absolute base model Tacoma. Let's get into it. Alright, so starting off in the cab. The cab is actually a pretty decent, it's a good cab. It's simply a good cab. Dual climate control. It's got everything you really want in a base model for the current standards of vehicles. This is the newest vehicle I've ever owned. The last new vehicle that I owned that was within the decade when I bought it was my 2014 Challenger SXT. This is definitely a pretty solid competitor when it comes to all your other vehicles that you're going to buy between 2014 all the way up until 2022, which is what this is. I have no idea what the 2023 or 2024 models are. This is the newest vehicle I've owned. So if I'm missing something in this review, let me know. Comment down below. However, we're going to go ahead and get into more in-depth of the cab, kind of the driver's amenities and the passenger amenities. So starting off with the SR, pretty standard display. We've got our TAC, then our information screen, speedometer, fuel gauge down below, coolant gauge right next to it. On the steering wheel, lots of buttons going on. We do have answer call, in call, what kind of mode you want. So you got your button to switch between AM, FM, and Bluetooth. Pause, pause, pause. And then voice control, got your select for go forward an album, backward an album, volume down, volume up. And then this is what you use to control the screen. So we're gonna go ahead and just switch over. Got your radar and lane assist, your error message screen, your pre-collision system, lane departure alert, and further settings to customize. You can change color. I prefer the red, but you can switch it over. Your pop-up display, you can shift position and brightness, pretty basic on the SR. Drive info 1, 2, and 3 units, language, and then it goes back, maintenance reset, and then programming. And then hold down this button right here to customize any screen. This is all your fuel economy, trip distance, and time until rest monitoring. Nothing on the bottom screen. So it's a pretty decent little information system that the Toyota Tacoma comes with. Moving on to the radio and power and everything like that. We're going to go straight to not playing music. We're going to go ahead and go to the main screen. When connected to Bluetooth, you have your Bluetooth audio. Then you can select and hold to add contacts for your favorite. And then this is your nifty little MPG screen. It goes backwards, so 10 minutes, 5 minutes average, and then what you're currently at. Nice little touch screen, driver settings, software update, Grace Note database update, software information. Then you got your Bluetooth settings, your audio settings, your phone settings, voice settings, overall vehicle customization, valet mode, and dealer info. Wi-Fi settings, so this truck does come with hotspot up to 2 gigabytes. And then further apps. It will connect USB in enhanced mode. I don't know what that is. Delving down more into the dual climate control and kind of this area of the, I guess you would say the dashboard. We have our 2-wheel drive, 4 high and 4 low. For 2-wheel drive, obviously it's here. Rotate over to 4 high. And you'll get your little notification light popping up right over here. It doesn't want to go into 4 high when it's in park. So we're going to go into neutral. Now she goes into 4 high. And then we push the dial in and rotate over to 4 low. We'll get our notification. VCS turned off and lane detection assist turned off. Go back into neutral and then push in. Release to 4 high, and then rotate to 2-wheel drive. You have your mirror heat on, you have your hazard button, and then auto temperature settings, and then fan off where you can turn off the entire AC system. You got your defrost button, recirculation, and AC. For maximum, this is what your maximum fans will sound like. So yeah, she's pretty noisy on the fans, but it does have that dual climate system. Going down into driver, tools, and your gear select, you have a pretty basic gear select. You have park, reverse, neutral, drive, and then you have into sport mode, which is manual shifting. It will automatically start off in 4th gear, just pull back, it'll go down to 1, push forward, all 6 gears. Put it back over to drive, neutral, reverse, and park. You also have your e-brake. Nothing too useful there unless you're parking on a hill. It does come with a 12-volt charging supply, USB for Apple CarPlay, and then ECT power, which is basically your electronic controlled transmission, which comes with only the tow package, which is what this SR comes with. Over here, all your typical door controls. You've got your windows down, and then your window lock, unlock, automatic locks, mirror adjuster, and then over here, traction control on or off. Pre-collision brake system unavailable, VCS turned off. You hit that again, it turns back on. And then you have your cargo light, which this is your automatic on-off. You hit the on button turns it on, keeps it on. Off won't open, or the light won't come on when you open the doors. And then you have your auto high beam ready. Turn on high beam to activate. So you can keep your high beams on, and then when it detects another vehicle, it'll turn your high beams off. I don't like using that, so it is back off. It doesn't give you the notification that it's off. You have your odometer settings here, and then it's like a button on how bright your screen is. It's not really anything you'd be able to see during the daytime. This is definitely something more of nighttime. Coming back a little bit further, your center console. It holds all of my snacks. It is pretty deep. On the inside, if I can get to it, you have a USB plug and a USB Type-C plug in here. Both are for charging only. They do not provide any kind of information to your radio. Coming back over here, your glove box and storage compartment, pretty full. Mine is literally all the documentation and Carly's Gummy Lifesavers because she loves them. It doesn't, they designed it, this stuff will fall forward, but the actual door itself will catch it. And it locks. So if you need to store your little Freedom Seed dispenser within your glove box, it is locked. Not sure how secure it is, but it locks. Delving down into the back seat. I am a 6 foot, 230 pound man. This is where I typically keep my seat, and this is where my legs sit. The leg room is pretty 50-50. Close the door, and I have the room over here. I have my room here. 2 cup holders, which this is where I usually put my Stanley. Carly puts her Stanley here. And your AC system is down here. No back pocket on the Tacoma for the driver's side, but it does have a back pocket on the passenger side. 2 more cup holders on this door, and there are 2 more cup holders over on that door. The rear seat is pretty interesting. This side is a single fold down. It does not go down all the way. Why this is not a complete fold down seat, don't ask me, but you've got your storage, child safety, or child car seat anchor back here, and a nice little storage set or storage space back behind this with a hard cover, so you can store just about anything back there. No need to worry about it. Reaching across, not sure my sweatshirts will get in the way. They will. But more storage, hard back, more child safety anchors in the back, and then your actual seat lock there. And it looks like, oh, it does. We've already had Benji in here, so there is some hair in here. Okay, so now I'm making sense of it. No, I'm not. Never mind. I'm not smart enough for this truck. We open up, more hard bottom storage. Got all your seatbelt anchors here. Can store just about anything you want down here so long as it fits within this storage space. Going back over to the other side. There we go. And this is where you store your tie-down accessories. Here's your jack, tie-down hooks that came with the truck, your spare tire tool, and whatever else you can decide to fit in here. We're just gonna slide you over there, close, lock, and replace. Moving on to the bed. The bed came with this rough, rigid plastic liner in it, has multiple tie-down locations, and these are pretty nifty. All you do is you unlock them by twisting counterclockwise, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, push down, find your locking point, twist back until it locks, and then you use your strap to go over to the other side as long as you move those around. Slow down, slow release, or slow lower bed gate, and then we get our little storage compartment here. Probably store like ratchet straps, stuff like that. Not anything too fancy. This is not a hinged system, so you have to be pretty specific on how you put it back in, but it does lock. And you just put your gate back up, and it does lock itself, and it does have a rear facing camera. Your fuel door, pretty self-explanatory. You don't have to push it open or unlock it. It's all pretty basic on the SR base model. Tighten until one click, and there we go. Back in the cab, I'm gonna apply the brakes and go into reverse. This is the quality of your camera. While rotating, it does not have your backing, and whichever way you turn your steering wheel, it does not move, that those lines remain completely stationary. So if you use your backup camera, do not expect it to guide you as to where you're going to turn. Use your mirrors. Use them. I will do a country road driving portion of this, and then we will do a interstate driving portion of this to kind of show you guys the pre-collision system and the radar-based cruise control, which if you're not used to it, can get pretty annoying. Pretty self-explanatory. The radar that is up here behind your rear view mirror has a radar on it, and it looks out in front of you while you're driving. So that is basically the stationary every aspect that I have found so far in the Toyota Tacoma SR 2022 model. I mean, I guess coming up here, you've got your sunglasses holder, SOS, your dome lights, always off, only on when the doors open, or click to have on. And the visors do not have mirrors on them. Carly was very sad about that because she could not do her makeup. Outside of that, there really isn't too much more in the cab that I can really show you. The horn sounds great. That's about it. This is kind of the drive test, the kind of driving review. A little bit of a mic quality shift. I'm not using my DJI for this portion. I'm using my phone. The microphone's charging right now. It died in when we were doing like the cab review. So overall, pretty quiet interior. There's a cat in the road that I'm not gonna hit. But this is the kind of the country driving portion. It's not anything too special. It's quiet, easy to control, and I'm gonna go ahead and get the camera flipped around. What the looking over the hood is like in a Tacoma. So this is about as eye level and as realistic as I can make it for driving with the camera. The hood is pretty massive. It goes over the passenger side, and you kind of feel like that you're going to be rubbing the rail when you have a pretty decent space behind it, but it does kind of cause a little bit of a, ooh, I don't know how close I am to the actual side of the road. So in my case, you will definitely find yourself hugging the middle line the first week of driving this until you're used to kind of your surrounding, feeling the vehicle for what's actually here. Taking curves, this road is anywhere between 45 to 55. I usually sit about the 55 mark, and then there's some curves up here that I really feel like that I have to slow down to like 20, maybe even 15 to get around because of how sharp they are. So I'm just gonna kind of be quiet and let you guys kind of hear the overall aspect of driving this Tacoma. So that was part of my drive that I take to go to work before I get on the interstate, which we are coming up to the intersection now, where right before I get onto the interstate, hills, valleys, curves. It doesn't feel like you're trying to fight the vehicle at all. But like I said, with that hood, it's like looking over a plateau. It takes a little bit to get used to. It reminds me of newer Silverados. So I'm going up this hill right now before I get onto the interstate, and we can do the radar assisted cruise control. to regular I-40 travel speed at about 80, 83 miles an hour. Even though the speed limit is 70, nobody travels 70 on 40, and if you do, you're getting ran over. So your cruise control is down here at the bottom. Push in the button at the top, you'll see a thing that says radar ready. Push down to set, and it will set your cruise control. And now you see that menu with the 3 bars. The 3 bars is the distance or car lengths between you and the vehicle in front of you. Here we're slowing down now because we have traffic in front of us. So cruise control set at 87. We're gonna drop that down a little bit. I don't really want to speed. 6, 5. We're gonna set it at 85, 84. No, 83. We're gonna set it to 83. But see, we're actually traveling, I'm going to go back, at 69 miles an hour. That is because it is keeping distance with the vehicles in front of me through radar. I've got a semi coming up behind me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and indicate a merge. I'm not pushing on the pedal, it is going up to speed automatically by itself. Up to the 82, 83. Here's our cruise control set, and this is where we are going to be in cruise control. Now, if you do not want to be that far back from the vehicles and you want to be a little bit closer, say it's a little bit closer traffic, all you have to do is go down to your steering wheel, and this top button right here that looks like the radar, you'll click it. So now you're down to 2 car lengths and 1 car length, or any kind of safe amount. I'm gonna go ahead and indicate my switch over. I do have a Mustang coming up behind me, so we're gonna let this Mustang pass. Oh, she's jamming. She is jamming. And it looks like we have an old model 4Runner behind us as well. Look at that guy back there. But this is just a steady 83 miles an hour. All right, we're getting into some slower traffic. That radar is bringing us down to 81. I have not touched the brake pedal at all. It is automatically doing this for me, dropping down to 80. And this is kind of the distance for 1 single car length or 1 single bar. We're braking now. This is the single bar distance between my vehicle and the vehicle in front of me, and it will automatically adjust your speed based on how close that vehicle is to you in front. So you don't really have to worry about braking yourself or maintaining. It will automatically speed up for you. It'll automatically slow down for you. Do not get comfortable with that though, because the pre-collision assistance does not always work. It'll also startle you as you're cruising and you see the vehicles in front of you. You're like, oh, I can get a little bit closer, and then it automatically brakes for you and you're like, oh my God. Don't get used to it. I haven't really, oh, that's a hard brake. That's a hard brake. That's a hard brake. There's that PCS working for you, or PCA. Yeah, it's not really telling me that I'm leaving the lane right now. So the lane departure assist is pretty hit and miss when it comes to whether or not it'll alert you. Sometimes it works, other times it doesn't. I'm not a big fan of it. That's what rumble strips are for. Now we're about to enter where the 2 lanes goes into 4 lanes. It might be 5 lanes. Here on 40, just west of Lebanon. So then that's where we're gonna get picked back up into our 83 mile an hour to 85 mile an hour. That's usually where I sit and don't get ran over. Okay, speeding up for me. We're gonna go back to our speedometer. Digital display 82. It's detecting that vehicle in front of me because that 4Runner is moving. Whenever the radar activates, or whenever the radar detects that there's a vehicle in front of you, it will pop up with your radar screen and then adjust your speed accordingly. So I'm gonna go ahead and bump this up to 85 miles an hour. It's gonna sit at 84 because it is still detecting the vehicles in front of me and wants to just keep me safe. So it'll just be about a mile below what our set speed is. All right, notable mentions. All right, country road driving and interstate driving in the 2022 Tacoma. Smooth handling, easy to accelerate, easy to brake, easy to control. It doesn't feel like you're trying to fight the steering wheel at all. At no point does it feel like that you're going to lose any type of control or you're having to like force the steering wheel to turn. Just make sure with the shorter wheelbase of an average truck, if you're going a little bit too fast, you are gonna kind of skirt the wheels on sharper turns. Interstate, easy to merge. The adaptive cruise control, radar-based, maintaining that distance between vehicles, automatically slowing down when the vehicles in front of you slow down, just maintaining that speed and then maintaining a safety distance between the car in front of you while maintaining the cruise control is, I'm not used to it, but I'm not going to say I hate it. It's just something that you really have to get used to over time, especially if you're coming from a vehicle that doesn't have that kind of amenity to it. Definitely something just to get used to and look out for. It's got the 3.5 liter V6 Atkinson engine in it. It produces about 278 horsepower, about, I want to say 250 foot-pounds of torque. I could be off on that. It'll be kind of in lettering here. It does include the tow package. This one did include that. So that's where you get your ECT power, your axle hitch, receiver, all connected to the frame, which includes 6,800 pounds of towing capacity. Outside of that, this is a pretty solid daily driver. You're able to haul whatever you really need. I believe the bed has a 1,500 or 1,600 pound payload capacity. And there is not really anything that you would have to worry about when it comes to hauling anything. With that being said, this does come to the end of our little review here, the first week review. I'll probably end up doing like a 6-month review and then a year review. Expect that come June or July, and then December, January, this 2025 into 2026. If you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to like the video, comment what you would do to this blank canvas. Let me know what mods you guys have done to your Tacomas if you're just watching this to see what I have to say about it as a first-time owner. What mods you've done that you really enjoy, what mods you would stay away from, and if you guys enjoy this kind of content, you guys want to kind of see the upkeep and the overall journey of being in this Tacoma, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification. You guys will be notified when I upload any kind of outdoors content and any kind of Tacoma content. So, see you guys in the next one.